Yeah.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Daily Chat sponsored by the SA Property Investors Network. And my name is Khali and I'm going to be with you for today's episode where we talk about all things encompassing renovations. Yes, it's December time, your 13th checks, please don't go waste them, but invest in yourself and in your property more especially. So we have a phenomenal guest from Build is going to be talking about new collaborations we have with them called Satin Kitchens, and we're going to be talking about renovations, what to look out for, what not to look out for, tips and tricks of maintenance, and what is it that encompasses Satin Kitchen and Tim Build. So we'll be bringing on our guests a little later. However, as always, I'd love to say thank you so much. And for those of you who are watching us for the first time, thank you very much for tuning in. So just let me know when you guys are checking us, because it's always a pleasure to see that. Next up, as always, I'm going to be talking about the events that we are going to be having. Right, the first one, as we wind down the year, where we're taking a calmer approach now, is that we are going to be having our last premiere event, and this Foundation members, yes, you guys can join us. And as we know, the premium event is only exclusive for intermediate and professional members. Foundation members, you absolutely can join us. Then we're going to be having that's going to be happening on the 29th of November. Then we're going to be having a webinar with Jade Barkhazen, one of our esteemed coaches, and he's going to be doing Satin Agents webinar. So you can register for that. Link will be in the chat box. That's going to be on Friday, 30th of November. Then we're going to be having a mastermind, and this is just for professional members. That's also going to be happening. And also Cape Town. We are going to be visiting you guys. Yes, the CEO, Andrew Walker, is going to be in Cape Town for an in-person networking event. That's going to be happening on the 30th of November. So you want to just get your tickets and register for that for the 30th of November. And also we're going to be having, as always, our practical property investing workshop. That's the last one of the year. Unfortunately, if you missed it, then you missed out. So you can still get your tickets, and that's the 3rd of this. This is the last one that is happening. Tickets are and you can get your links in the chat box. And also we're going to be having a roadshow, meaning we're going to be having some events in Port Elizabeth. That's going to be happening on the 6th of December, and also in East. I think that this was one of the first times that we're visiting East London. So we would really appreciate it to all our East Londoners. And if you're not from there and you know people from there, going to East London for the first time, and that's going to be 7th of December. All of these dates, the links are going to be in the chat box, so you can go ahead. And then we have Sapin Youth. Yes, the last one of the year. That's happening on the 7th of December in Edenvale. And as always, you have to register for Invest of the Year Award, because we're going to hit the ground running next year. Okay, I said we're winding down, but we're winding down in a sapid way, in that we want to say thank you, and our final events all over the country, because we are spread across the entire country. So we want to say goodbye. So that's quite a few events, even though we're winding down. But yes, that is true. So also, and when I see in the chat box, as I said, all of the events are in there. So just let those know. But I did mention we're going to be talking renovations, ladies and gentlemen, all things encompassing renovations. And I know a lot of people are always reserved because you don't know what contractors to get, what materials to get, what deals to get. So that we're going to be discussing, especially for property investors, because for the most part, the two things that people predominantly notice as being redone is kitchens and the bathroom. So if you want to stand out of the crowd and have your property be the one that our patriots choose, you might want to do some observations on that. So, and I hope I don't butcher his surname. This phenomenal man is a director at Tim Build and Marnes. And this is when I hold my breath and hopefully I say his surname. And that's Barendrecht. So he will correct me if I did not, but I think I nailed it. So, ladies and gentlemen, just help me welcome Marnes. How are you, sir?
Hey, Khali. No, you said it perfectly well. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. I practice. I practice. Yeah, so let's just get you to it. As always, we always have questions prior to the show that people can send in. And as always, please put your questions in the chat box. If you have any questions from Martinus, from Tim Gold. And the first one is always the standard one. People want to know, how did you get started in the building?
Well, so my dad and my uncle started the company 23 years ago. So I basically grew up in the factory, then had my stint in corporate and didn't like it as much. And then grabbed the opportunity to start taking over from my dad and my uncle. So we're still working together. Have worked with them previously, obviously been in the industry, understand the industry for, let's call it 20 odd years. So I got started now in Jan, and my purpose and my goal for the industry and staying in the industry is just to build our brand, but also keep the quality that we've been producing in the last 23 years.
Oh, fantastic. That's great. You guys have, as you said, up to 23 years in the industry. So
Yeah.
you're reliable, you're trusted, and you have a reputation that precedes you. The one thing I know, and this is something I can also attest to, is that, kitchens seem very scary, especially like kitchens and bathrooms. Those are like the scary rooms to do, because if you get it wrong, it can get messed up very
This is
bad.
something I
So with that, I want to say that this is I think something that we all want to know, is that what are the typical issues most people encounter when renovating their kitchens?
Well, I think. Sorry? Yeah, so obviously, as you said, your kitchen and your bathroom sell the property most of the time. So I think in terms of issues that people have encountered in the past, always. So if you go to certain, let's call it carpenters or manufacturers that do install kitchens as well, it's a lot of cookie cutter. They have a certain amount of cabinets that they can install, and they give you or you give them the floor plan. And I think the issues that then occurs is people that want something specifically in their kitchen struggle to get that out of that system. So I think also an issue is planning, and more so obviously people using Google and Pinterest and seeing a lot of nice stuff. I think the issues that sometimes people run in is, let's call it the practicality thereof. Where do you put the basin? Where do you put the bin? Where do you put your spice rack and the pots? And so I think in terms of practicality, that sometimes has a bit of an issue. And yeah, I think primarily just the layout, some of the designs. I think it can be scary and it can be overwhelming for some people to start designing and what they want. And I think that is some of the issues that at the start of the product or the process, people have a certain idea, and then getting to the practical side, there's issues in terms of what there's out in the market, and what people want and what they can actually get.
And I think you made a good point when you say design, the layout. People often, honestly, and rightfully say, don't know what these things are and what they mean.
Yeah.
So, how streamline renovations for our viewers.
Well, I think because we've got all of the experience in the industry and we've been doing it for years, it's like anyone's job. If you walk into a place, our key principle is to make the dream kitchen come true, and your dream bathroom. But I think for us, or the process that we would like to do to streamline that is, obviously go out together with the client, see the floor plan, play around with some ideas, and then also give the feedback and give the knowledge in terms of the practicality, and obviously all of the things that we've learned throughout the years, and where there's sometimes mistakes made, and sometimes not. So what we do is we actually do the whole process from start to finish. So we manufacture most of the cabinets within our manufacturing facility, and then in the installations we just streamline it. We rock up to site, we do the installation, and within a week or two you have your dream kitchen fitted in the space that you dreamt of.
It's actually great because you honestly help and guide, people who are renovating. The journey seems less scary because you know you're in tried and trusted
Yeah,
hands. And yeah, it actually
yeah.
helps when you
I
know.
think that's
Okay,
the
I
biggest.
think of everything myself.
I think that's the biggest part is so we there from the start to the finish. I think sometimes you deal with obviously on each property project you deal with various contractors, and for us to be able to streamline it and make it a more enjoyable process and a more enjoyable time is that we are there from the start, from the measurement to the end of the installation.
Okay. And this is also, something that, okay, let's say I go, okay, I feel safe. I'm going to go to Tim Build and I'm going to contact Marnes. They go through us and we'll absolutely forward that to you. And you guys, like we say, from beginning to end, measurements, installation, the whole way through, you're there. So now it's maintenance time because, like you said,
Yes.
kitchens um, can be sure that all of this work doesn't go in vain because you were doing simple things that could have been avoided. And what then would you say, what are things that people can implement to help maintain a kitchen once you guys have installed it?
Yeah, so obviously water is the kitchen's main enemy, because wood and water don't work together as well. So in terms of the maintenance, so we pride ourselves on quality kitchens, quality hardware that we use. So that kitchen is supposed to last you, let's call it your lifetime investment. Like all things, um, that happens is there's maintenance that has to be done. Everything has a lifetime, and we do that as well. So um, we are able to come and assist with the maintenance. But yeah, I think in terms of just maintaining it from your own point of view, from your own side, is use minimal water, a damp cloth when cleaning, and make sure that you just protect that you've invested in now.
Okay, that's very good. And naturally, as we are about to wrap up with our current questions, please don't box, and I'll make sure that Marvelous answers this. This is something we pride ourselves in that is there a special discount for like SAPIN members?
Yeah. Yeah, so we had the conversation with Andrew. So we want you guys to go through the SAP and Connect portal to connect with us, and we obviously want to build a brand. We want to make sure that SAP and Kitchens actually develop quite well. So initially, yes, there's discount for the SAP and members, and we take that. So it's quite difficult to say if there's a fixed discount. No, there's not a fixed discount, but we take it project per project. There's obviously specifically designed cabinetry in each project, and then we take it from there, and we discuss the discount as we go along.
Okay, fantastic. And this is something that I've always wanted to kind of understand in terms of kitchens and fittings. And I think it's phenomenal that Tim Build helps you the whole way through. You don't have to just be given tools and then also you do
Yeah.
supply that. Is there different ways where somebody can want the experience of like from beginning to end? I want to be hands off. I want to trust you. Or someone can go, no, I'm actually a carpenter. I'm quite good at this. I just need certain tools and things. But for the most part, I will do that myself. Is that something you guys?
Yeah, so obviously the kitchens consist of let's call it cut and edge pieces. That's the pieces that we use to manufacture the cabinets. We do obviously we give you the pieces that's requested. So even if we do the design for you guys, because we do renderings and we do the design, and you say, okay, I'm happy with this, we can then just cut you the pieces, supply the hardware, supply all the components that you need, and then what we do is we supply those pieces. They install. The carpenter installs it themselves. But yes, we can supply basically to each part that you need. There's a lot of our clients that actually ask us to manufacture the cabinets in the manufacturing facility, and they just we deliver the units and they install it themselves. But yeah, whatever the request is, whatever is needed from each specific client, we'll be able to provide that as best as possible.
Oh, fantastic. Then we have just a few questions in the chat box, and this one is from Daniel. Any guarantees or warranties upon purchase?
So no, we don't give warranties or guarantees. Obviously, it is a product that once there is, like I mentioned, water or something on site, damp that's in the walls. So it's quite difficult for us to guarantee or warranty certain products that is quite yeah, let's call it it's quite an issue when there's water. But we also pride ourselves in saying, okay, listen, we've done the kitchen. You just find us saying there's a burst pipe, something happened, we need these units fixed, and we're more than willing to come out and assist and obviously maintain and fix all of that for you. And that's the client service that we want to give as well. We pride ourselves on the service that we provide and also on the quality. Yeah.
It's interesting that you just said, like, something burst pipe, because that's the next question, which is, do you do plumbing as well? Because obviously, if you're doing sinks and taps and things that
Yeah.
connect, that connection would be you guys.
Yeah, so we do not do plumbing at the moment. We're looking to expand into that in the future. We're looking to move into that. Like you said, it's together. It's running together. So we're looking to move into that. At the moment, we have preferred guys that we use that we use as subcontractors to assist. But at the moment, we don't have a plumbing service, so we usually tell the property investor, you need to arrange your own builder, plumber, and electrician. We basically just do the carpentry, the cabinetry, and we also do the granite.
The part is, like you said, there are people that you work with, so at the at least
Yes.
so this is a trusted source, the one who's not going to have my
Yeah.
pipe burst in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. No, thank you so much for that, Marnes. And ladies, want to get your hands on Marnes's details, please do not hesitate to contact us at support at SA Property. We have in our network. It's a one-stop shop for all of your property investment needs. So if you're doing any kind, you can definitely contact Marnes from Timbles. But Marnes, before I let you go, do you have any final words for the viewers in terms of renovations?
Yeah, I think I'm just excited about the journey that we're on with Sapin. We're looking forward to get the ball rolling and also to form quality relationships with the Sapin members and all of the members. We want to get the brand out there to provide a quality service and quality products. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to the journey in terms of renovations and making people's dreams come true where they spend time and that it actually gives them some joy in that process.
Fantastic. Thank you, Marnes. And as we said, links are in the chat box for support at the team network. We can definitely make sure you get into contact with Marnes from Tim Build. Thank you so much, Marnes.
Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. And as we wrap up, as always, giving you a tidbit in terms of our events. I said we're winding down, but we're winding down the second way. As a property of our viewers, of our members, honestly feel appreciated in the SAPIN network where we teach, we grow, and we enable. So we are going to be all over the country in the next coming weeks. So the first one is the premiere event. It is the last one of the year. And the beauty is it's a little Christmas. Foundation members can join. Yes, as foundation members, you can absolutely join the premiere event that's going to be happening on the 29th of November. Agent webinar. That's going to be happening at the 30th of November with Jade. Is in the chat box, and we have the mastermind that's only available for professional members. That's going to also be happening on the 30th of November. Then we are going to be having an in-person networking event in Cape Town with our CEO, Drew Walker, on the 30th of November. So be sure to be there. It's not every time you get to network with the man that started it all, but so Cape Town, you guys need to be there. That's on the 30th of November. And as you know, standard, we're going to be having our last practical property investing workshop of the year. It's the last one, guys. After this, you've missed out. I don't know what to tell you, but that's happening on the 2nd and 3rd. That's at our head offices in Edenville. Next, we're going to be having a networking event in Port Elizabeth. That's this one is the first, last, and should be the biggest that we're doing in London. We have not visited you guys, so we want to see you come out in your numbers, East London. Show us some love, and that's going to be happening on the 7th of December. Please register, and if you know somebody in East London and you understand that they are interested in property investing, please just let them know. And also, we're going to be having a youth event so 30 years old. I know it's quite disheartening, but all of the please, you can absolutely join this at also our head offices on the 7th of December for our SAPIN youth event that is going to be happening. And lastly, Investor of the Year award. To those of you who have not entered our event, please already start entering, because next year we are going to hit the ground running, starting judging and all of that. So but from me to you, as always, it is thank you, and I will see you next week.